This week my book is called Wingnut. It's by MJ Ock. It is a book that is for the ages of 10 to 14. It's contemporary realistic fiction, so it's a story that has happened or has not happened, but could happen on a daily basis. The character is normally about the age of the character in the story. This is very true to this. This was done by Henry Holt and Company in 2005. And there's not an illustrator, but there is a picture taken here on the front that is cited in my reflection. There's 231 pages. This book is a story about a mother and a son who have just lost the father in this family tree. They lost the father to a mechanic accident, so they start driving and they're trying to find another home for themselves. Along that route, their car breaks down and they're missing the mechanic in their life, so they have to find somebody to replace him. They find an older man. His name is Charlie, and he helps them to fix their car. While he's helping them fix the car, he allows them to stay at his house, which is super kind to him. He reaches out the hand and is able to help them in a huge struggle they're having. During that time, Lila goes out to find a job, and she's actually working 3 jobs so that she can get them financially stable enough to get their own house. And he also finds... Grady finds himself responsible for some of that as well, so he feels like he needs to work a little bit. So he begins to work with Charlie, and Charlie's a huge fan of purple Martians, as he calls it, or really they're just birds. He watches them constantly and wants them to be safe, so what he does for his job is to keep sparrows away from them so they don't harm them in any way. So Charlie is told these instructions, and along the way he ends up not listening very well, and he ends up letting sparrows out, which hurt the eggs and destroy some of the actual birds. And that makes Charlie very, very angry, so he actually kicks them out of their house and tells them they're not allowed to stay there anymore and they can't be there anymore because of how hurt he is that he lost some of those sparrows. In the end, he ends up forgiving them because they help him clean up some of the mess and get some of them fixed and fix the problem altogether. But truly, it's very sad. But he ends up reaching out that hand. So I said that the theme was family and forgiveness because he's able to forgive them. And he's very sympathetic for them as well because he also lost his wife earlier in the story. I think that this story is super important for students at this age to read because they might have already dealt with death or will soon be dealing with that. So this is a good story to relate to, and it will be able to help them understand that they're not alone in this. And there's tons of people out there who have dealt with this and that can help them. Along with that, I think this story is very similar to a novel named Just Under the Stars. It's written by Melissa Sarno, and it tells a story about a little girl who has lost her father as well, and she is able to overcome those by using the strengths that she got from her father. I think a great activity for this would be for children to make kindness rocks. They'll write a quote or make up their own quote, hide them around the school, and hopefully they will help in spreading kindness